Who would like to do the countdown for the timer?
I'll do it because I'll be leading like the intro for this game.
All right, we are back with Pikmin 2.
Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be Pikmin 2 Double Bingo. My name's Curtis. I'm here with Max.
Hey guys.
So we're here on the file select screen, starting with a race file that just skips a bunch of the early game stuff that's not too important to a bingo. So yeah, double bingo means we're going to be doing 2 lines on the board. For full disclosure, we did look at the board before we started and picked our rows just so we're not like fumbling around, wandering around. We actually know what we're doing with this for the most part. So yeah, you ready to go, Max?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, so timing's gonna start when we select the files. So in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so best of luck to you, Curtis.
Thank you, too. Absolutely.
So while you guys are starting off this run here, I'm going to butt in. We did get a donation from our own Mod366, raising my donation total to 50. Because did you know that makes you eligible for all of the prizes that are up for grabs during this event? Crazy, right? And as I realized, there is one more Pokemon run that needs to be blessed. Let's put this money towards naming the starter Keith run. Good luck to all runners to come during this last day of the marathon, and have fun watching to all of you lovely people in chat.
Good point about those prizes. Game Pass Ultimate, a 12-month subscription, a Team 17 Grand Game Pack with, I think, 10 different titles, a copy of Near Replicant, Fred Hutch merch, and of course those wonderful Bingothon mugs. All could be yours with donation totals over the entire event ranging from $10 to $50. Folks, you can do good and you can get something good at the same time. Winning combination. Sorry for interrupting your bingo. Let's throw it back over to you two. Tell us about the board.
Okay, so on this board, so we basically, like I said, we looked at the objectives beforehand so we know what we're doing. I'm doing, personally, column 3 and row 2. Max, you want to say what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm also doing column 3, but I'm doing row 1 instead.
Alright. And so basically, you can see on the bingo board that there's a lot of goals centered around collecting treasures, but also some around things like growing Pikmin, killing specific enemies, entering certain caves, and things like that. So, a pretty varied board in terms of the things you can sometimes be forced to do in comparison to a normal run.
Yeah, definitely. You have to travel around the game quite a bit compared to a normal any percent run.
So here at the start, this isn't really going to be different between the two of us, I'm assuming, because there's not really a whole lot you can do here. You have to break this gate down to access 2 of the caves, which are Hole of Beasts and White Flower Garden. But this doesn't take that long, since we do have a bunch of red Pikmin and purple Pikmin, which hit pretty hard. So I believe we're both going to be entering White Flower Garden first. Max has... I believe he just has to get the knapsack there, which is one of the treasures in the cave.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be getting that, but I'm going to be getting a few other treasures related to some of my goals, because I'm doing row 2.
The reason we need the knapsack is because it allows us to pull off many exploits through outbound tricks. So it's basically needed for the game, and it allows a major sequence break called Early Blues, which lets you collect the blue Pikmin early before going to the next cave, the next area, because usually you're meant to have a yellow Pikmin to collect it.
White Flower Garden also unlocks white Pikmin, which are very, very useful because they carry things really fast, which is nice in a game where a lot of what you're doing is carrying things. So yeah, generally having a lot of white Pikmin is useful. They're also immune to poison, which is a hazard type you see in this cave and throughout the game, and they can also dig up buried treasures. which is going to be useful for me because I need to get several of them. I'm not sure how useful it'll be for Max, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I need to get any buried treasures at all, to be honest. But I'm still going to collect them anyway because they like Kurt said, they collect things faster, which saves a lot of time over the run.
So I'm on sub-level 2 right now of White Flower Garden, and I'm going to be collecting both of these treasures because they're worth 100 Pokos, and I need 12 treasures like this. And this is pretty quick floor in the grand scheme of things. A bunch of the floors throughout the caves are going to be skipped out of the ones that we entered just because there may not be anything useful for us there.
Yeah, usually the main goal in a regular speedrun would be to collect the money from the treasures, but however, there's no goals on the bingo that require you to get any money, apart from ones that are like specifically collecting treasures. So if you don't need to collect the treasure, there's no need to get them.
I guess that's a good time to mention that the bingo, like typically we end these when we finish the last goal, instead of like when we beat the game, for instance, because beating the game in this requires paying off the debt or getting all the treasures, which takes way longer. So yeah, bingo will end after one of us completes all their goals.
Alright, so I'm on the final floor now. I'm going to be killing the boss, the Snagret, that has the knapsack, and then I'll be going for this early blues trick.
It's going to be a little bit before I go for early blues because I need some things in Hole of Beasts. And I wanted to come to White Flower Garden first because having white Pikmin speeds up Hole of Beasts pretty considerably for the things I'm going to be doing. I just realized I'm getting this treasure and I don't need to.
There's some muscle memory coming in from regular runs.
Not that it lost that much time. The time lost from getting the treasure on sub-level 3 generally comes from the fact that you have to wait for it to be carried all the way around, so... Luckily, didn't lose that much time from that muscle memory mistake. Really interesting layout on sub-level 4. I guess we could also mention that we're playing with a gecko code that gives us the same cave layouts. Because the layout generation is based on an RNG seed that changes like every so often, depending on what happens in the game.
Yeah, and there's insane variance in how each floor can look. So just to make it fair, we've used a set seed code.
That was the Burrowing Snagret. Very easy boss. Whoa, the glove went like flying across the room for me.
Jank physics in this game.
That's gonna make this kind of awkward. Hopefully I got as many whites as possible on that. Looks like I did. Yeah, white Pikmin move dramatically faster than other Pikmin when they're carrying things. Like, so much so that at a lot of points it's even worth it for us to stop the treasure completely and reload it with whites. Like, they're just that fast when it comes to carrying.
Yeah, whites are ridiculously fast. Okay, so here I'm going to be using one of these knapsack exploits. So the way it works is we have to get a blue onion carry, which is a 1 out of 3 chance, and because of the way it paths, it'll send us to the send us up the sledge. And you saw me get a blue carry, but accidentally hit X, which is a common mistake.
The one to get up to Snagger Hole only works with a blue carry after you've discovered the blue onion, but while it's still next to the electric gate area. However, it does work every time if you've unlocked yellow Pikmin and come back to this area, which is kind of helpful. We use that in all treasures because we have to make 2 trips here, generally. So I need a treasure on this floor. It can spawn a little bit closer than this if the game lets it, but unfortunately got a little bit of a bad spawn, so it's going to take a little longer, but that's fine.
I'm currently getting bodied by RNG here. Oh my god, I got a blue carry. I got another, oh god. Yeah, it's very easy to just hit X to go nap and try again, even after getting it. Which I've just done numerous times.
Yeah, that's the classic.
That was some of the worst RNG I've seen in a long time. It's so easy to make the mistake as well when you do get it.
Okay, so I've gotten the only thing that I need out of Hull of Beasts. However, I'm going to be continuing to the bottom floor and getting the treasure gauge from Empress Bullblacks because I need several buried treasures in my route. And finding them without the treasure gauge is very challenging. Sub-level 3, I'm going to be taking a purple with me to... or I guess I'm taking a white with me to activate the fire cutscene. Because one of my objectives in row 2 is seeing all of the hazard cutscenes, so that's fire. Because of the way we do early blues, we're guaranteed to see poison, and then I have an idea in mind for where to see water. There's not many places throughout the game in general where you can see the water cutscene. I don't need anything here. Do you need anything in Snagger Hole, or did you just need to enter
Nope.
for that?
I just need to enter, then I'm straight out. So I'm going to be growing lots of Pikmin here because one of my objectives is to grow 200 Pikmin.
Hopefully this trick worked. You can one cycle Empress Bullblacks if you hit her on a specific sound cue cycle, which is really nice, and I did in fact get it.
Let's go. Well done.
And this carry with this treasure gauge is why I wanted to go to White Flower Garden first, because it's gonna come in a lot faster because we have white Pikmin. And it doesn't really matter either way, you have to walk all the way to both the caves anyway, so it's not really a time difference in terms of which one you do first.
Okay, so this treasure here, this globe, is what allows us to get to the next area, Perplexing Pool. So I need to collect this and take it back.
Alright, now it's my turn to do early blues. Hopefully I executed it correctly.
Good luck. Hard trick. Okay, so this is another one of them knapsack exploits. This allows us to get up to Bullblack's Kingdom without yellow Pikmin. And again, I've kind of muscle memoried it here. I don't need all these Pikmin because I'm not getting this treasure. So yeah, this is Bullblack's Kingdom, which I'm going to be heading to. I don't need to go here yet though, because I still need to grow some more Pikmin.
Took that a little safe because falling out of bounds right there means you have to reset the file, and that loses a lot of time.
Yeah, especially in this sort of setting, you definitely want to be playing that trick safe.
And then I missed it anyway.
Ouch.
Yeah, you need to use the knapsack as you walk off the out-of-bounds ledge at a very particular time, and I was way too late. So I have to do it again, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, this is why it's extremely important to save before doing that trick.
I also need to get the dice that's up on the ledge because it's worth 100 Pokos. So that's one of the treasures I'm going to be getting to fill out that goal.
Alright, so I'm just going to immediately exit out of this cave. I don't need anything from here. One of the goals is to be entering all 4 caves in this area though, so I have to.
Alright, attempt number 2.
Actually, I don't need these. I've got more than enough. So the reason I'm going for lots of blue Pikmin is because I need to enter submerged castle, which is a water-based level. And yeah, it's very important to have plenty of blue Pikmin there.
Alright, I got it the second try. Isn't terrible.
Nice.
So I guess, like, for a more in-depth explanation on how the knapsack exploits work is that the game puts waypoints around the levels in order to determine where the Pikmin will carry treasures, and when you lie down with a knapsack, the game treats you as a treasure and Pikmin carry you along those waypoints. So if you lay down in specific spots, you can trick the game and make them carry you up walls, which is very not intended for this game. Alright, I got the blue carry third try. Alright, so I need to come over here and break down this gate to enter Snaggart Hole. But while we're doing this, we can grow some blues with the downtime. Let the, okay, I guess they didn't want to carry the 5 pellet, which is really bad because I'm losing a bunch of time from that.
Alright, so now I'm going to be heading to Perplexing Pool, which is where the majority of my goals are on this board.
Most of what I'm going to be doing is in Valley of Repose. So I'm going to be spending way more time there than Max is on this card. I'm not sure which one of us picked the better row. My assumption is it's you.
Yeah, I think mine's a little bit better. I think getting the 12 treasures worth exactly 100 is a really hard one to do. So I'm going to be doing another knapsack exploit here to get to yellow Pikmin early. Usually there's a poison wall you've got to knock down, which you'll be able to see in the background here. But instead we can just throw Pikmin up here and then whistle them after a knapsack exploit on the other side.
I was expecting a percentage cutscene because of payoff debt muscle memory. But here I'm going to be growing a bunch of blues, getting the glove like Max, I'm assuming, did.
Yeah.
And the blues are nice here because it lets us just build this bridge from the other side. Normally,
yeah, which usually wouldn't. Yeah. Which we don't even look at it any category except glitchless, where you can't do early blues.
Just going to chime in real quick with a donation from 7th Ace for $25. Thank you, 7th Ace, for your donation. Puts us at $1.2 thousand plus 90, real close to that 1.3K Thank you so much for your generosity, and back to the bingo.
Alright. Another interesting detail about treasures like that globe is that ones that are partially buried in the ground will actually go back to their original spot if you don't get them back when you dig them up.
Yeah, I've got to be very conscious of that because it can just lose lots and lots of time if you're not paying attention. Because a lot of the time we could just whistle off treasures and worry about them later. But if obviously if it's a buried treasure, you can't do that.
These knapsacks are sometimes pretty finicky. I'm gonna switch back to Louie just to make sure all these pellets go to the right onion. I am not getting this knapsack right now.
Yeah, the knapsacks, like I said, can be extremely finicky.
And then I released it too early, so... And again. The timing for this is pretty strict. Oh, that might have canceled it. If you get up from a knapsack during a cutscene, sometimes it just doesn't let you get up.
Yeah,
So
the Pikmin will carry on carrying you and there's no way to get up from it.
Yeah, that is what happened, unfortunately. Dude, this is just not being nice to me. And here I'm gonna do a separate one because we don't need the treasure on top of the tree. So I'm just gonna get over to BK as fast as possible. Which is Bulblax Kingdom, by the way, abbreviated Bulblax Kingdom.
So this is off-putting. Usually this cave, Submerged Castle, you would have an add-on treasure called Stellar Orb, which brightens all the caves. But we haven't got that in this, so everything's quite dark, and it's a lot different than how you usually see the cave.
Yeah. It's actually really, really nuts how broken Stellar Orb is.
Yeah, like I just had to check the map because I can't see where anything is.
I forgot to throw something on that glass, unfortunately. So now my blues need to be flowered, so we need some nectar from this. And then after that, I'll enter Bulblax Kingdom. I guess I can get all my position right now. Alright, now I'll enter, and that's the last cave I need to enter. And like Max, I'm just gonna leave right away. Don't need anything here.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill these guys. These are Bulbmen, and they're like Pikmin that are. They have like the ability of every Pikmin, apart from purple Pikmin, and one of my goals requires them. I need to convert Bulbmen into regular Pikmin through the use of Candy Pop Buds.
Luckily, there's exactly 3 Candy Pop Buds in Submerged Castle, so if Max gets all of them, he only has to do things in that cave related to the Bulbman.
Yep, which is what I'm banking on. Alright, so there's one of them Candy Pop Buds I was talking about. That will let me convert these Pikmin into these Bulbmen into other types of Pikmin. Then now I just want to get to the exit. I also need to kill this Bulbman though because I need more of them. I need 15 total. Okay,
Alright,
where's
so
the
I'm back
exit?
in. I'm back in Valley of Repose now to do some of my goals. So this is the first area. So in the race file we skip all the like tutorial stuff in this area because it's not very interesting, and in a bingo it's not going to be any different. So that's the first cave you would normally enter, and the water right here is why we need to wait until we have blues to come back here. So we can't just continue on to the other caves without getting blues first. And while we're busting down that wall, I'm going to get all the other Pikmin over there.
Oh, I've just made a mistake. I was meant to clear that floor as well, and I did not clear it. I just, I'm gonna have to run back in there. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, when an objective on the board says to clear a floor, it means get every treasure on the floor.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue.
Alright, so put like 10 or so Pikmin on the plug to drain all the water from this area, and now I'm going to put all the rest of the blues on the bridge. So hopefully they finish it around the same time. Also going to lie down with Olimar because I'm going to make him get carried back to the ship with a Pikmin coming up, because I need him to be there to collect Pikmin that are carrying back treasures. I'm gonna chuck a blue here and carry him back. These blowhogs will shoot fire at Pikmin on their way back, so they need to be dead for my purposes. And then over here is the first cannon beetle that I need to kill for an objective. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are red, which means that they, the boulders that they shoot at you are homing. One of them is going to be green, which means they just shoot boulders in a straight line. Right here, I need to get the water cutscene. So I'm going to let them run around a little bit. So now I have that goal finished. Okay, lost 1 white, unfortunately. Alright, ring got collected, that's good. Alright, that guy can be kind of annoying because he's up a hill, so hitting him is really awkward sometimes.
So this guy here's called the Water Wraith, and he holds the professional noisemaker, which is the treasure I need to collect from this floor. Generally a pretty scary boss, but not too hard to take out.
That is really awkward because the crown is stuck on this ledge.
Yeah, another example of the jank physics in this game. The crown can just get stuck randomly.
I try to keep it off screen just to make sure that it behaves the way that I want. Keeping things off screen, in essence, deloads them in this game, because the game only tries to keep things on screen when they're near a captain or a Pikmin, or when they're directly on the screen. It tries to keep them loaded, rather. I don't know what I said the first time. So this is one of the treasures I need to collect for a goal, so we need to wait for that.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to go back in here because I made a mistake. So I got that goal, but I still need to go back and do Submerged Castle 3 and collect every treasure there.
I'm gonna get Olimar on his way while the crown is coming back. Okay, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. And then I'm gonna enter Frontier Cavern, which is where a lot of my goals are.
You guys are definitely piquing my nostalgia with this game.
It's a good game.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of good things, we have some amazing emotes made by our own Irene going on in the chat. Make sure you are supporting us in some way, shape, or form, even if you are just subscribing to the channel, donating $1 towards the cause. Hey, anything counts. We're glad to have you. Enjoy the game.
Ah. Most annoying thing is when you get a knapsack and then immediately run off the edge.
Alright, so here's Frontier Cavern. This place is also kind of dark, which normally doesn't really make a difference in Payoff Dead, but in some of the floors might make a little bit of a difference. So, Frontier Cavern 1 has a bunch of beetle bugs buried underground, which are enemies like the flint beetles, but every time they move around, they shoot out poison, which is really annoying. So if I find one of those, I have to be careful. So there's 2 buried treasures in this floor, and one of them is worth 100 Pokos, and the other one is not. This is the one that this is, unfortunately. So I'm gonna get this one dug up.
So all of this is wasted time from me going to the wrong place and not doing the right goal. Alright, back to this floor now. And you'll notice it's the exact same layout that we had before because we're using the set seed code, which keeps all the RNG the same throughout.
Submerged Castle 3 is also going to be one where I'm getting a treasure because I have to go there anyway because of column 3. However, one of the treasures on sublevel 3 is worth 100 Pokos, so hopefully I'll be able to get that one without much trouble.
So there's a treasure in Hall of Beast. That's the treasure gauge, which adds you'll see it on Curtis's screen. It's got a little gauge in the bottom right corner, and I opted not to get it because I don't think I need it. But it's going to mean that I have to find the treasures myself rather than relying on the gauge to show me where they are. Just going to make things a little bit harder for me, but it should be fine.
Okay, this is very scary because the spotty bullbear is close to spawn, but it means that we can deal with him in an organized manner instead of while we're trying to do some other stuff, which is always good. I need to find the bulb. Okay, he's far. This cutscene is just showing me that I collected a bug body, which bug bodies are worth a small amount of Pokos. However, in Payoff Debt, we usually end up getting enough such that we can skip a treasure or 2. Is the ring right here? That's actually really good RNG. The ring was close to spawn, and I needed it to get, because the ring is worth 100 Pokos, so I need it for that goal that I'm getting. This is actually really insane RNG. There's the candles right here as well.
Ooh, this might be an issue. So during cutscenes, hazards stay active. So some of my Pikmin might get zapped here. Okay, no, we're good.
Where is the exit? That's all the way But with these bulbmen that I have, I want to use these to grow some white Pikmin. Because one of my goals is also to make 4 candy pop buds in Frontier Cavern Worlds, and 2 of the ones I'm planning on are going to be white Pikmin flowers. Because currently I do not have as many whites as I would like. So we can change that.
Right, so there's my SMC3 being cleared now. Should have been done the first time around. Am I gonna have to? Can I give up an escape, or do I have to?
No, you
I'm gonna
have
have to go at the end.
You have to leave
Yeah.
properly for treasures to count.
Right, thought so.
Here I need a treasure that's worth 100, and it looks like it's far away, which sucks. This is really unfortunate RNG on FC4.
All right, we are getting some donations here, guys. So I just have to butt in. We've got like 5 donations in the past, and there's I think there's some drama going on. It seems with our donations here. So first off, we have a $10 from Tweekachu, donating for best girl, GL Bingoers. So I'm wondering what that was towards. Then we have a $10 from Krabby, 5 from hello, multitasking much, Max? 25? Saying not much, but hope it helps. It does. Every little bit helps. And great event, guys. I agree. $5 from Jamie Pat. Thank you, thank you. And $25 from Eclapricious, who says, let's bring some chaos to the Jet Set Radio character bid war, shall be.
Chaos, it does. Jet Set Radio Future is the run after the next one, and the current standings of the bid war are Jazz with 35, Corn with 30, Clutch with 25, Potts with 22, and Gum with 10, and Beat with $0. So if you have strong feelings about which of the Jet Set Radio Future cast you want to see run for the Lockout Bingo coming up after Super Mario 63, get those donations in. And thank you again to all of our donors and everybody watching for helping us raise up to $1,340.
Alright, so this is the last cave I'm going to be heading into, and then I'm going to be moving to Valley of Repose and growing a couple more Pikmin, and then I'll be done here.
Wow, you really went through this fast.
So again, that knapsack exploit I did before, I'm going to use it again, but I'm going to be going this way this time into this cave. And then all I need to go is to the 4th floor here in Glutton's Kitchen. So I'm just going to be skipping through everything until then.
Alright, this treasure is also worth 100 Potos. Take these purples, why not?
So on GK4, there's a chance that a treasure can be high up, which requires yellow Pikmin. While I did get yellow Pikmin, I haven't brought any into the cave, and there's a trick we can use to work around having to use yellow Pikmin to get these treasures. They're called Moke throws, found by Moke G, and yeah, they allow us to throw purple Pikmin, and they bounce at such an angle that it allows them to get up really high. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have to do them here. Yeah, I've got away without having to do it. But I'll show you an example of what it would look like in a second. Actually, I might have lied. Maybe I will have to do them. Couldn't find the tower at all. Alright, so I need to collect this thing. Ah, no. So yeah, it's this bit here. You would usually have to do it, but I'm not gonna have to do it here. I'll try show you what it would look like though. You line yourself up in a particular way. Oh, Bug Buddy cutscene here. Forgot about this. Curtis had this as well.
Alright, so now all I have left to do is stuff inside Submerged Castle, and I also have to unlock yellows, even though it's not one of my objectives, because I need to collect a 1 pellet of each color. Currently, I've only gotten a blue and a red one, so you need a yellow one. But it's not that big of a deal, because it's kind of on the way to Submerged Castle, so it won't be that far out of the way.
This is looking pretty close, actually.
Yeah, I thought you were like way ahead of me. If you didn't leave Submerged Castle, you would have been miles ahead of me.
See, if the treasure spawned up there, you would do that sort of throw to get a purple Pikmin up there, and that's how you would get it down.
This right here is a pretty good example that, like, normally, like, in Pikmin 1, the throwing speed of Pikmin was really, really slow, but if you had a Pikmin, like, right next to you, you could just throw as fast as you can press A. And that's still a concept in Pikmin 2, just not as relevant because the throwing speed isn't that slow to begin with. But there was a pretty good example of throwing all those blues up on that ledge. Alright, just gonna take 1 yellow, go with a pellet right here, not that one, these pellets. Then head on over here, hopefully the snitch bug isn't a huge problem. Alright.
Got another $25 donation coming in from Phospho saying, I'm allergic to corn. Well, Phospho, hopefully you can enjoy the wide variety of other vegetables and or fruits. But thank you for your donation of $25, bringing us to $13.65 on the total. Pushing for that 1.4K and for that $2,077 total goal, as we will want to run that Cyberpunk 2077 world's first bingo. We don't know if it's actually world's first, but we have no evidence that it's ever been streamed before. So, bit of a ways off, but thanks to your generosity, we're inching ever closer.
This Submerged Castle 1 actually would have been pretty good RNG for all treasures. Because one of the treasures was right next to the ship. It's kind of weird how that happens sometimes, because the layouts of the floors, like the way that the treasures get placed is based on an algorithm that we call score, which is really complicated, but the general idea is that, like, the farther away a spawn point is and the amount of hazards and or enemies are in the way, like, that all contributes to where the treasures are likely to be. So, sometimes you get really weird cases like that sub-level 1 where something's really close. Yeah, I'm on my way to sub-level 3, where I have to get a treasure and get to the exit as well, and then I just have to beat the water race to get this treasure on sub-level 5.
Actually, this is looking insanely close. Jesus. I just gotta kill these
Oh, you're probably
these
gonna
beetles.
win, but yeah, this is pretty close. I think you're a bit ahead of me. Okay, luckily the Withering Blowhog here isn't that far away because he has a treasure that's worth 100 Pokos.
Are you gonna have all 12 of those treasures out of SMC?
Yeah, because two of them are in SMC.
I better hurry up then.
Where is the exit? It's this way. Very good. I also need this Bulbmin because I need to use it to grow more Pikmin on the last floor. I don't quite need all of them. There's a lot of electricity here, actually.
I'm an idiot.
What happened?
I forgot that you need to use blue Pikmin to get this other area of value proposed.
Did you run over there with all your without blues?
Yep. Run over here with reds and purples.
Hopefully none of those blues died on that electricity that was right there. Okay, so I just need to find the exit on sublevel 4, which can be very, very far away. Okay, it's this direction. It's not that far, I don't think. Yeah. There's a lot of gates on the sublevel. This is actually one of the worst sublevels in the game in terms of like the amount of RNG variance there is for all treasures. You also typically have sprays on this floor, which I don't believe either of us unlocked.
Yeah, I didn't bother with sprays. No need. Although I could really do with some now for this gate.
Yeah, generally on this floor you end up using a decent amount of sprays just because of how long it is otherwise. This is very bad. Very bad, very bad, very bad. Okay. Not that bad. That could have been way worse. There was a million bomb rocks next to the exit. Submerged castle floor. Okay, unfortunately one of my Bulbmin and Frontier Cavern got buried, so I do need to use the other flower here as well. In my way.
Okay, lots of waiting around on here for me, because I'm stupid.
I think I switched back to Louie a little too late. Usually you can manipulate the water wraith to just come after you into the main room. But he's going off doing whatever he wants right now.
Alright, I'm gonna be coming up on time.
Oh, this was actually super, super close.
And yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Yeah, this was insanely close. GG. That had me scared at some points. I just completely forgot to do some things.
Okay, this guy is a bit of a problem. What? How did that not knock him over? Alright. Alright, this is fine. I got Matites, of course.
Yeah, out of an egg there's a 5% chance that Matites will spawn, which causes your Pikmin to go into panic.
Alright, and this treasure is my last goal, and then I just have to leave the cave and I'm done. Do you know what your finishing time was, Max?
Nope, didn't have a timer on.
I can
do
chime in
have-
with that. The timer that I'm seeing is 47:44.
Oh, that's a really solid time. That's really solid.
Mine on my timer I had for me 48:49 is my time. So that was really, really close.
Yeah. That was
Sounds
really
about
good.
accurate.
Okay. So yeah, that was Pikmin 2 Double Bingo. So yeah, I've been Curtis. You've been Max.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Well, you guys are both here, so not reason enough to get you in here. I will start you off with a quick question though. So Curtis, you are also played SpongeBob for us, Battle for Bikini Bottom. So comparing two different bingos, like what do you think is the overall biggest difference between the two? I mean, obviously the goals are very different, but is there one that's like you're marking more goals in the beginning versus the end, or something like that?
Yeah, they're really, really different from a bingo perspective. Pikmin definitely has a lot more variety in the terms of stuff that you do for a bingo, whereas SpongeBob is just like playing through the game and you have to get these objectives in order to finish. But this one is just like you could have your run centered around growing Pikmin, you could have your run centered around treasures. So yeah, they're very, very different.
Thank you so much for being then willing to work enough in both of them to bring them to us. That's super appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you as always for the opportunity.
Yeah, well, thank you for running.
Where
and
can we
thank
find you guys? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. That's what I
Yeah,
was gonna ask.
where can we find you guys?
You can find us on our Twitch channels, which are CurtisJK_ and max25. I don't stream nearly as often though, but yeah, that you can find me there. I guess shout out to the Pikmin community, very, very cool and welcoming community. Yeah, if you want to learn how to run this game, speedrun.com has a lot of stuff. Our Discord server has a lot of stuff, and a lot of people that are willing to help you push your limits and improve. So yeah.
Always good to hear. Well, thank you again for your running. GG's Max on your win, and Curtis for making it real close. We'll be back with more bingo action here at Bingothon Summer 2021 after this short interlude. Grab a drink, grab a snack, stay with us. More runs on the way.
there is already evidence of that happening. The number of missed screenings has been, due to COVID-19 pandemic, has been really high. And I think I saw a paper which suggested that now people are getting diagnosed later, so the cancer has spread further due to the fact that the early screenings and detections were missed. And so that effect we will be seeing for years to come. Some positives have come out of this. Like a Fred Hutch researcher has been really pushing for this test for colorectal cancer. It's called the FIT test. And for colorectal cancer screenings, it just involves mailing something to somebody's house, them taking a sample and mailing it back, and using that for diagnosis. And so changing how we think about how we diagnose people will be really important going forward. Hopefully this will lead to some flexibility and some new ideas and new technologies that can improve screening even remotely.
And hello, bingo enthusiasts, and welcome back to Bingothon Summer 2021. My name is Lego, and I'm joined here in the hosting booth by MB. And
Yeah, just call me MB here.
And we're bringing you lots more bingo action. At the tail end of the run, we did have a donation from Cave Lighter, who was also a runner at the event, for $25, saying, "Thanks to everyone for yet another fantastic Bingothon. Great runs all around, and though it is slowly coming to an end tonight, I'm sure this final round of runs will be fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what comes for the winter event this year." Well, thanks, Cave Lighter, and you are exactly right. There is some exciting stuff to close out the last 3 runs of the event. Super Mario 63 is coming up next. We have the runners hopping in and getting their tech check set up. We have Pokemon Emerald Randomizer to close out the event. That's going to be amazing with Rob the Gamer and Furious Magic. But between those 2 runs, we have Jet Set Radio Future, a lockout bingo between Super Scarf Cretins and Knuckles and Tim and Eric. Not their runner names, that's just their team name. And there is a bid war for that as well. As it turns out, corn, you can be allergic to corn, but you can also be allergic to the character corn, because Clutch is coming in clutch at $50 total donated. Jazz at 35, Corn at 30, Beat coming back up there at 25, and Potts at 22, and Lonely Gum in the last place at 10. You can get your donations in during the Super Mario 63 run and put it towards that, or the other incentive, the Pokemon Emerald Randomizer starter name. Dingus is at $20, but Kaiseron is at 44. You can pick your own option there. So if you're feeling generous, you really want that Team 17 Grand Game Pack, or you want that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you can make a $50 donation and steal the show for the Emerald Randomizer starter name, or guarantee, or at least not guarantee, make it easier for the Jet Set Radio character of your choice to be the choice for your runners for that game.
But hey, even if you are thinking, I'm not able to donate that much to be eligible, or I'm not even able to, change the fate of one of these characters, any little bit counts. I mean, we will take $1 donation, right? Sacrifice, what is that, like an added dip in your next meal, right? Like $1. And hey, it's just still so appreciated. You are raising money for Fred Hutch. Fred Hutch is an amazing organization named the Coordinating Center for the COVID Vaccine Prevention Network in July 2020. And so if you've been tuning into these little interviews that we keep kind of showing throughout the event, hey, Lego and I were just talking about how important some of this information is. And you might be thinking, oh, well, I'm vaccinated, it's done, right? There's just still so many questions that are unanswered, and they're still working so hard to figure all the things out. So while we're still waiting for our next runners, I was going to test Lego's knowledge on a couple of things. So Lego, I'm going to ask if I'm going to give you 2 names, and let's see if you can figure out which is a real speedrun trick and which is a fake. So,
Lay it on me.
Is wall skip or wall kick a real speedrun trick?
I'll have to go with wall kick because wall kicks will work, as evidenced by Super Mario 64. So I'm gonna go with wall kick here.
Bing, bing, bing. 1 down. I did start with an easy one at least, just to give a good example. At least, and I will say, I don't know for sure. There might be a wall kiss out there. You never know. I wasn't able to find any evidence of it. So, second one, which is real? Dog paws or cat paws?
I'm gonna have to lean towards cat paws on this one.
Oh man, you've got some good instinct. I'm impressed. All right.
Dogs in games, funnily enough, if you think about it. Like cats show up all the time. Dogs, less common.
There you go. All right, there you go. All right. What about this one? Jim Jam versus Greg Egg.
Jim Jam versus Greg Egg. I am gonna see if I go 3 for 3 with Jim Jam.
Ooh, so sorry, friend. Greg Egg is apparently a real thing.
Is it?
It is. Apparently, there was a guy named Greg, and he was eating eggs while he found the trick. Apparently.
Name I don't know about that one. Name's got to at least apply somewhat to what's going on, or rather, like maybe there's an egg you clip into, or I don't know.
All right. This one's good. All right. Rain dropping versus thunder rising.
I'm gonna go with thunder rising.
Oh man, we're 2 for 2. Rain dropping is apparently a real thing.
All right, tell me what that trick is then.
Yeah, I know. I tried to do some research into what these actually are, and it was actually pretty difficult because I feel like we each keep the information for our games in like the actual Discords and things, right? All right, we'll do one more, and maybe you can clutch out to being 3-2 and an overall win. This one might be a little easier. That's okay. Sun jump versus moon jump.
Moon jump.
Ah, good. You know your Breath of the Wild. Good. Oh, phew. All right. Well, that is a 5 in total, so you have won the game of speedrun.
Well, best of 5. I'm familiar with that from Bingo. And speaking of bingos, the Super Mario 63 runners are ready, willing, and able to bring you this 100% lockout bingo. So please get ready for one less than Super Mario 64. It's Super Mario 63, the Flash Classic, coming your way here on Bingothon Summer 2021.